transforming a beaver coat into a throw and a scarf. Let's start by deconstructing the coat, removing the lining, taking off all the clasps, buttons, wool batting, and pocket area. Working on the sleeve area, removing the sleeve, I have to frequently change blades because they do get dull pretty fast. Cut down the center. Cuff. And open up the darts. I start by measuring the top of the coat as well as the bottom of the coat. If the flare of the bottom of the coat is very large, then I will cut the fur into strips. If it's not that large and it doesn't flare out that much, then I'll create some darts and cut away the extra fabric. But here, as you can see, I'm making straight cuts. Once the strip is cut, I'll then measure it. I'll put a piece of painter's tape down and write down how big it is. So this way, all of the strips that I make will be equal in length. Notice how the bottom flares out more than the top. This is why I have to cut the strips the way I do. All these small triangular pieces will be either added to the sides of strips that are a little bit narrow, or I'm going to use them in the upcoming scarf. So make sure that you stay tuned and watch part 2. You'll notice that here I am, I'm going to be reloading my knife because it's gotten dull. You never want to use a dull furrier knife or a dull X-Acto knife, because what it does is it doesn't create a nice smooth cut and it leaves jagged edges. So when you go to sew those edges with the fur machine, sometimes it doesn't hold. So don't be cheap. Change those blades. Once all the pieces have been clipped together, they then go to the fur machine for sewing. Normally what I like to do if I have a long piece is I'll start in the center and I'll tack down a few stitches in the center. I'll go to the right end and then I go to the left end, and then I will make several small mini stitches along the way, and then I will go back over the whole stitch line. It just holds it together. But I prefer actually using the clips because it holds everything together really well. It really depends on the size of the throw that I'm making. Once the top has been sewn together, I then start focusing on the backing. And here is the backing being custom quilted on my long arm machine. I used a contrasting brown color because there wasn't enough of the original black lining. There is the monogram that's in the center of the throw, and a very simple design that goes across from one end to the other. That's what it looks like. Before I layer it to the quilt, or to the throw. That's what the back of the backing looks like, and that's the batting. And I put a pin in the center where the X was to try to center it, but sometimes it does shift, and that can be quite annoying. Here I'm using a standard home antique sewing machine. It is a hand crank machine. I have a lot more control because I'm going through many layers of fur, batting, and lining. Here's the completed throw and scarf. It's just lovely. It's so thick and beautiful and luxurious. I'm just in love with this project. Come visit us at dinahsquilts.com.